Hey dudes, welcome back to my channel. It is Callie here. I got my morning coffee in my robe. It is a little dirty. Ignore this because, yeah, I probably need to wash it. Today's mask, I'm using the Vanished Acne Scars Pumpkin Enzyme Mask, which you guys know is one of my favorites. I use it multiple times a week, probably like 2 to 3 times at least. And it helps a lot with hyperpigmentation, acne scars, acne, all that stuff. If you guys are interested in testing it out for yourself, you can go to their website and use code Callie to save $5. So now all that has been said, I thought we would just do a little acne mask and chat. And again, I have my coffee here. It's like super hot, can't drink that yet. Yeah, I actually didn't even know. This is always the best, when I don't even know what I'm going to talk about and I come on here and then I'm like, oh, what do I say? So yeah, I thought I would just talk to you guys about life and stuff. And if I'm talking weird, it's because my husband's still sleeping, so I'm trying not to be like super loud and wake him up. Yeah, so as you guys know, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, we moved to the Chicago area, and we ended up being a lot further from the city than what we had anticipated. So we actually haven't met anyone here, like friend-wise, but we have also been out of town every single weekend. Haven't really had time to like meet people. Super weird because nobody talks about like making friends as an adult, you know what I mean? And I've tried those meetup things, but everyone in our area is like way older than us, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I just feel like it's not as relatable friendship wise. So yeah, it's just been kind of difficult, but it's definitely been a lesson because it's taught me to focus more on me instead of, you know, my relationships and what I want, and kind of nurture that self-growth. I don't know if that sounds cheesy, but I like picked up rollerblading. It's crazy the things you'll do when you're bored. Picked up rollerblading. I've been making a lot of art. I've been reading a lot. I started writing some stuff. I don't know yet what that's gonna be, but yeah, it's just been really eye-opening and interesting. And even though we live in this like big nice house, way nicer than what we had before, it's not about the stuff. Like it is about the people you surround yourself with, and it is about the relationships and the experiences. It's not about the stuff like at all. So yeah, I don't know where we're gonna move after this when our lease is up. It's also been quite difficult because we moved here for, you know, a different experience, and it wasn't exactly what we thought it was gonna be, but that's life. Like nothing, that should be like the title of my book, Nothing Goes According to Plan, because literally nothing in my life has gone according to plan. So, that's a little update on the Chicago. Somebody asked me the other day, they were like, what are you loving about Chicago so far? And I was just like, nothing. No, I'm not loving nothing about it. You know, we still go downtown, but it's not like we can just run downtown and then come back. It's like, if we were going there, it's like a whole day thing. And then, you know, like during the weekend, it's not, because we both work until, you know, 4 or 5 during the week. But anyways, so, and yeah, it's kind of taught me that our values are more like, obviously friends and family. I value affordability a lot more, and spending less on a home so that you can go out and do stuff and live life, because life isn't like guaranteed and you never know what's going to happen. And I've been house poor before, and it really, really, really sucks. So yeah. Another thing, which is like, it's kind of like weird and hard for me to talk about because I don't even know if you guys want to hear about this, but it's like really been affecting me mentally, and it's been so annoying. So basically I developed this like rash, and I went to the dermatologist because I got a couple of them, and she called it, I think it's called Pitia Rosy or Pitia Rosy, something like that. Anyways, I used this cream and it went away, and I was like, thank God. And then now it like keeps coming back, and like I'll show pictures, not of mine, but of what it looks like, and it keeps coming back, and it is just like, it's so heartbreaking to me because it honestly feels like acne. Like obviously I have acne and I'm used to it at this point, but it's just another thing. Like it's just another thing that's out of my control. It's another thing that I'm just like, why me? Like, why is this happening? And it's not so bad. Like I'm making it sound like it's really bad, but my body, I guess I've always just had to worry about here. never had to worry about the rest of my skin. And now that my body's breaking out in these weird rashes, and I'm not even really sure if that's what it is, it's just stressful. It's stressful not being able to control it, and it is making me feel like, is this going to be another thing that I have forever? Is this going to turn into this? Is this going to, like, what caused this? And that's the thing with this, sorry, I seriously have something on my nose. That's the thing with this pityrosia, I think is what it's called. They don't actually know exactly what causes it. At first we thought it was a probiotic I was taking. I stopped taking that and it went away, but now it's like flared back up. So I'm really not sure, but yeah, to anyone who also suffers with body acne or psoriasis or whatever kind of spots, like, I, like, not that I feel you, but I have never had to really experience this before, and then now it's just kind of been like eye-opening, I guess. And it has that same feeling of, like, you know, like, it's not in your control, and I don't know, it just hasn't been a very pleasant experience, and it's made me just like be worried sick about it. Like, literally, you know, I don't want to have to, like, go through all of this again, which, you know, with skin, you never know. Like, yeah, my skin's clear now, but I don't know, in 2 years it could not be. A lot of you guys might not know this. I've talked about it before. I don't really personally like to talk about it because it's just not what I like to focus on, but I have been on birth control, hormonal birth control, since I was 16 without any stops. Like, my acne came and went and came and went and came and went this whole time I was on it. That's why I don't really talk about it, because I'm not really sure how closely mine is connected. It might be, and that's why, you know, I'm afraid to get off of that too. Like, I'm really, really afraid that my skin's gonna go back to where it was. I'm afraid, like, what if I get off and, you know, I get pregnant and then my skin goes back to where it was, and that's not what I should be focusing on. And there's just so many, like, uncertainties in life, so never take anything for granted, you know? Like the situation we were in before, even though the hardwood was so bad we get splinters in our foot, we definitely took for granted that there were, like, restaurants and stuff closed and that we weren't, like, completely away from family and friends. I took my body for granted, that I never had to deal with, like, spots or anything and worry about that. I've taken my face for granted. Like, we take just these little things, you know, for granted. And just life isn't guaranteed. You never know what's gonna happen, so don't take anything for granted. Wow, that just, like, yeah. It just, like, came out there, didn't it? So yeah, that is basically what I have been up to. And we've just been traveling a lot recently, trying to find out where we want to move next, because, again, this is more of an older community and we're trying to find some place with a little bit of a younger vibe. And yeah, ignore the mess if you can see it in the background, because I have, again, been making a lot of art, which I will show you guys if you're interested. So here is the piece I made. And basically I just painted these bottles that I had. I picked colors that I thought would go well together. And then I went through and cut out basically these little words within magazines that are used in advertising that I don't really like. So it's kind of the conflict I have with myself. Like, I love skincare, but I don't really like the advertising and the words that are used. And then up here, if you guys can see, I used recycled skincare boxes, and down here I used, like, model's skin. I think it's super cool, and I'm gonna be making, like, so many more of these. I really loved it. I had so much fun, and it's just good sometimes, all the time, to not focus on your skin, to not focus on your pimples, like, constantly. I used to just think about them constantly, and, like, even during class or even during work, like, always be checking my skin, always be whatever. And I'm happy to say that I've finally gotten out of that mindset, and now I can just focus on, like I said, I've been making art and rollerblading and, like, doing fun shit and not worrying about my skin. And I think that is what life's about. And I used to also feel bad. I told my mom, like, and and this is not gonna make any sense because it literally doesn't make any sense. But I was like, I feel bad that I am having fun. Like, I feel bad that I'm happy and I love my life. Like, because I've been in the shitty position, in the shitty job, and I've had all that where I didn't love life. And I'm like, I feel bad that I love my job and I have a great husband and I love everything I'm doing and I have this free time. And she's like, don't feel bad. That's what everybody wants. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I think that's why I feel guilty. You know what I mean? And I also know it's not permanent. Like, nothing's permanent. And it doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, guys. And you should never feel bad for being happy and for doing what you love, being with who you love. Don't feel bad about any of it. So yeah, I'm over that now, but I did have a moment of that, and I was like, why am I feeling like this? Like, almost like guilty for doing good. Is that weird? I don't know. I think after you struggle for so long, not just like financially, but like financially, but like mentally, emotionally, like struggle for so long, then you get to a place where you're feeling good. You're like, whoa, what is this? Do I deserve this? Like, almost feeling like imposter syndrome-ish. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean, but yeah. So this mug, I got Tyler. Does it say it on that side? Yeah, it does. I got Tyler this mug for Father's Day. It's not hilarious because he's a dog dad, so whatever. Okay, guys, well, I guess that's it. I feel way better. I think these are like, sometimes talking to the camera is like a little therapy session. Do y'all feel? For me at least. And I also kind of feel like we're connected even though I can't see you and you can see me. How weird is that? But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. I will see you guys next time. All right, bye guys.